Hey there, what's up? It's Pete here. Today I've got one of the coolest things we've ever done on this channel, the most clickbaity of clickbait titles, the cheapest electronic shifting kit on eBay. That's right, I bought the cheapest electronic shifting kit on eBay. This is no joke, the absolute cheapest electronic shifting kit you could find in the world. You probably won't be able to find one because I got such a good deal on this. This was $200 and I got the Archer D1X. If you guys aren't familiar with the Archer system, you should probably check out some of the rad videos on this component. You can convert any derailleur and cassette into an electronic shifting kit without spending thousands of dollars. In fact, the original kit of these are like $469. I got this one for $200. Found it listing on eBay, guy offered it up for $299 or best offer, and I gave him a best offer of $200. Believe it or not, he accepted. So, now we're going to throw this thing on the bike and see what kind of performance we get out of a $200 electronic shifting kit. Is this thing going to be as fast as a SRAM X010017,000? Probably not. But, it was way cheaper, and it's going to allow me to be able to do bar spins, which is the whole reason that I want electronic shifting in the first place. I don't think that there's any real reason to go electronic on your shifting if you're just pedaling up the mountain or down the mountain or riding a road bike. I had the Di2 system from Shimano on my Trek Damani 5.9 fancy Ultegra equipped bike with electronic shifting. It was great, but I found that it didn't really provide any extra performance, and it added a little bit of weight that wasn't necessary to a bike that was as light as I could possibly get it. So the next bike I got with Dura Ace cable actuated shifting. Never had any trouble with that. I don't have any trouble with my current shifting on my mountain bike as it is, but I would like to be able to free up some of the cables so we can do bar spins and some other tricks on there, maybe tail whips. I've got some other parts on the way, so soon we're going to be doing a video where I convert the front brake into a bar spin compatible front brake. So I've gone ahead and put in the freestyle star nut for a BMX bike. However, my cable isn't long enough to go ahead and run that cable. So we're going to have to wait till that gets here tomorrow, wink, and install that. But for today, we're just going to be doing this setup on the Archer D1X system on the hardtail mountain bike. And we're going to make this thing as hardcore as we can. So come along and check this out.
Alright, so let's take a look at this. We've got the D1X, the remote, the clamp for the remote cable, a couple of koozies, the straps for the shifter, and the mounting hardware. We've got the charger and a cable for the battery charger. Now we're going to take a look at the bike and the cables we're going to be reducing here. So we're going to be taking off the shifter cable, getting that cleaned up, and really making this bike look good. We're going to go ahead and start by removing the shifter. Just go ahead and pull that guy off there. Who needs it? Not us. Clip the cable. Go ahead and unscrew that with the 4mm Allen wrench. And now we are cable free. Well, kinda. Because the Archer D1X system still uses the cable. And it looks like it's going to fit up best on my seat stay instead of my chain stay. They say you can put it where you want it, so this is where I want it. Alright, so now that we've got that routed in there, we're going to go ahead and clamp this cable into place. One of the nice things about this whole setup is I've got the shifting is already dialed in on my bike, so I've really just got to tighten down the cable with the bike set up in the lowest sprocket position, and that way the app will be ready to go once we go ahead and get this thing fully clamped into place. I'm going to go ahead and place the shifter remote on the handlebar and position my brake lever and all that fun stuff on there. Go ahead and check it out, make sure we got decent placement. Even though this is the first generation, it does feel like it's pretty good ergonomically. I know they changed the remote because a lot of people complained about the size of it, but it feels like the buttons are in a pretty decent spot. So for now, I'm not going to complain about that, especially for the $200 that I paid for this system. So yeah, we'll just keep using it. And with all of that set up, we need to go ahead and get the app opened up here. We're going to initialize the motor. pull any slack out of the cable, proceed to the wizard. And we've got 9 sprockets on my bike, so we need to go ahead and tell it that we've got a 9-speed drivetrain. You can set these things up for whatever number of sprockets that you want. The guys at Archer have done a really good job of getting this app set up so that you can really dial in shifting for your bike. With the large and micro adjustments on here, you can really get the shifting dialed in for each gear. And just look how clean this is on the bike. We don't have a shifter cable coming off there anymore. It's nice and cleaned up, and we just have this little unit down here by the back wheel. All right, so now that we've got all that set up, I'm gonna go ahead and run through the setup on here in the gear. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the shifter on. For whatever reason, that's called the shifter. This is the controller or the remote. We're gonna turn the remote on. It's gonna flash a couple times. They're both flashing a couple times. Now they're talking to each other. Awesome sauceum. So I'm just gonna come over here and pedal the bike a little bit. Shift the gears. Using the app, you can program in multiple shifts. I have mine set up to do 2 shifts with a slight hold of the button. You can program how long it takes for it to activate, whether you want a long hold or a short hold, and how many shifts you want it to take. So this thing really does seem to be working well. I've got it adjusted up so it's falling into every gear perfectly, and I can't wait to get it out on the trail and see how this thing performs in the woods. So far, I'm pretty stoked.
For being a $200 setup on my bike, this is prime. We've got an app that works really well on the phone, integrates perfectly to the derailleur. I can adjust all the gears seamlessly and set each one where I want. If I wanted to put a 12-speed cassette on there, I don't have to change derailleurs. I can just program in where I want each one of those gears on the current derailleur I have. That's amazing. That is amazing. If my derailleur hanger gets bent when I'm out on a ride, whip out my phone, make some adjustments, and set the gears to drop where they need to be. Possibly the greatest thing about the Archer D1X, because no matter where it's at, you can adjust for you can compensate for a bent derailleur hanger by telling it how much cable to throw instead of it throwing X amount of cable each time. That's amazing. I mean, that's pretty rad. I don't think that I'll have to use that too much because I'm perfect and I don't ever hit my derailleur hanger. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you have an Archer D1X on your bike, leave a comment down below. Let me know how yours is working for you. If you hate yours, if you love it, we want to know about it down in the comments below. So like and subscribe, eat a donut, and stay rad.